Rikki, Tikki, Tavi. Mongoose Rikki looks like a little cat in his fur and his tail, but quite like a weasel in his head and his habits. His eyes and the end of his restless nose were pink. He could scratch himself anywhere he pleased. He could fluff up his tail like a bottle brush, and his war cry as he scuttled through the long grass was, "Rikki, Tikki, Tikki, chick!" One day, a high summer flood washed him out of the burrow and carried him, kicking and clucking, down a roadside ditch. Though he found a little wisp of grass floating there and clung to it, but lost his sense. He gained his sense after some time and found himself lying under hot sun on Teddy's garden path. Teddy and his parents lived in the house close to their garden.
"Here's a dead mongoose. Let's have his funeral."
"No, let's take him in and dry him. Perhaps he isn't really dead."
Father said that he was not dead but half choked. So they took him inside, wrapped him in cotton wool and warmed him. He opened his eyes and sneezed.
"Ouch! He's tickling under my chin."
"Don't be frightened, Teddy. That's his way of making friends. Let's give him something to eat."
Good gracious! And that's a wild creature. I suppose he's so tame because we've been kind to him. I don't like that. He may bite the child.
"He'll do no such thing. Teddy's safer with that little beast than if he had a bloodhound to watch him. If a snake came into the nursery now."
In the morning, Rikki Tikki went out into the garden to see what was to be seen. It was a large garden, only half cultivated, with bushes as big as summer houses of Marshall Neal roses, lime and orange trees, clumps of bamboos and thickets of high grass. Rikki's tail grew bottle brushy, and he scuttled up and down the garden, snuffing here and there, till he heard very sorrowful voices in a thorn bush.
"This is a splendid hunting ground."
The tailor bird and his wife had made a beautiful nest by pulling 2 big leaves together and stitching them up the edges with fibers, and had filled the hollow with cotton and downy fluff. The nest swayed to and fro as they sat on the rim and cried,
"What is the matter?"
"We are very miserable. One of our babies fell out of the nest yesterday, and Nog ate him."
"That is very sad. But I am a stranger here. Who is Nog?"
Darzi and his wife only cowered down, for they could hear a low hiss from the bush. It was a horrid cold sound. Rikki Tikki jumped back 2 clear feet. Nog, the big black cobra, spread his hood inch by inch.
"I am a Nag. The great god Brahm put his mark upon all our people. Look and be afraid."
Nog spread out his hood, and Rikki Tikki saw the spectacle mark on the back of it. He looked at it quickly and immediately looked away. He knew that all a grown mongoose's business in life was to fight and eat snakes.
"Marks or no marks, do you think it is right for you to eat fledglings out of a nest?"
Nog was thinking to himself and watching the little movement in the grass behind Rikki Tikki. Rikki Tikki changed his position like lightning.
"Behind you! Look behind you!"
He came down almost across her back, and if he had been an old mongoose, he would have known that then was the time to break her back with one bite. But he was afraid of the terrible lashing and the return stroke of the cobra. He bit, indeed, but did not bite long enough, and he jumped clear of the whisking tail, leaving Nagaina torn and angry.
"Wicked, wicked Darzi."
Rikki Tikki felt his eyes growing red and hot, and he sat back on his tail and hind legs like a little kangaroo, and looked all round him and chattered with rage. When a snake misses its stroke, it never says anything or gives any sign of what it means to do next. Rikki Tikki did not care to follow Nog and Nagaina. He trotted off to the gravel path near the house and sat down to think. It was a serious matter for him.